Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy new moon in Leo that just happened about 45 minutes ago. I am Kristen Ryder, honored to be here as your hostess with the mostest. Let me go over to Instagram here. Welcome to our new moon episode of Who Are You? Who, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Who are you? Who, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I am so delighted to be here with one of my amazing master Reiki goddess. She totally is a channel of intergalactic beings, the Andromeda, like you name it. This goddess, I honestly don't have any words for her magic, which is why she's here with me and us today to share her magic. Niki Kordus.
Thank you for having me on your show.
Oh my gosh, thank you for saying yes. I've been doing this to her for months, my friends, saying, "Niki, are you ready? Niki, are you ready? Niki, are you ready?" As some of you know, I've been inviting people on this show monthly and sometimes bi-monthly to share their gifts with the world as all of us are coming out of the dark and into the light more and more every day. And um, Niki, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm delighted to be here with you.
And she's a Leo rising too.
Yeah, that's fun.
I forget your chart. I forget your chart, what degree of Leo rising. I should have looked, actually, I could look at it now, but we'll see. So you are, oh, that's interesting. They're like, your guides, my guides, they're like, get right into it. I'm like, all right, we're getting to work. So Niki, well, I want to share the story of how you and I met, because it feels as if, I mean, it was such a divine appointment, and so many of us are continuing to find each other in this now so we can connect in the seen and unseen, to bring our lights together and that unity. Hi, Heidi. How are you? You're a Leo rising also. Happy new moon, sister. I chopped my hair in honor of it. But when you and I met, okay, so Niki and I, we both live in the Asheville area, and Niki had just come on to the staff of NC Stage, and at that time, we met at the benefit I was doing. I was doing a fundraiser for them, and I was, getting ready to do my spiel, but I was also getting ready to do my divorce show all in one woman show, blah. But I ran into you in the lobby, and you and I were like, immediate recognition right away. Y'all, she's super tall. If you're super tall, you're going to be a dear friend of mine, because my aura, it speaks for itself. Yeah. And Heidi, Niki's a Leo rising too, if you didn't hear me say that. And thank you for being here, sister. So Niki was like, "Hi, so nice to meet you." We did, the nice things. And then she leans over and she says, "I'm really into the goddess stuff." And I look at her and I was like, "Oh no." And we have been fast friends ever since, whether it's going out for a delicious meal, creating a delicious meal together, sharing who we are and all of our experiences. And what an angel you have been in my life. And I am so grateful. God, universe, mother, father, God has brought us together. And when we met, you hadn't quite like gotten into where you are now with your Reiki practice, and we're totally going to get into that. But can you share with my guests what led you to your healing journey?
Yes. And thank you. Yes, we've had some fun and been big supports for each other, and I'm super grateful for that too. Um, I've had experiences throughout my life that I had no explanation for or no meaning, energetic experiences that I was like, well, that was really interesting. And I've been drawn to the invisible world of energetics and auras and frequencies since college. And certain things happen in your life, and I made choices, and I kind of went whoop over here, and I came back to it through Reiki. So when the timing was right, I followed my heart to Reiki training, and that has been so illuminating, and it's been my best friend throughout the last several years. It has helped me in so many ways. I could list a dozen ways it has helped me come into, I'd say, the most alignment I've ever felt in my life. And bonus, I help people feel better.
Yes,
So
yes.
I love it.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
YouTube. Good job, Mom. Oh, we're gonna see you soon. I can't wait. So, because we live in Asheville, so alternative healing is pretty known in the area, and there's so many choices. What was it about Reiki that, like, and actually, before we even get into that, like, can you explain to folks that may not know what Reiki is?
Mm-hmm. So Reiki is it's an alternative healing modality. It's a complementary healing modality. So it is meant to complement other uh, awareness and self-care that you bring to yourself and do for yourself. It is not a replacement for, medicine or go seeing the doctor, but it can completely reset a person. It helps relieve. I act as a channel and allow energy to flow through. And the client and I are doing the session together. We create the session. All the person on the table has to do is be open to receive. And just by saying yes to Reiki, that opens them to the flow that will help relieve anxiety, relieve stress. There are things that can get stuck from a past trauma or a past emotional trauma or physical trauma. Things can get stuck either in the body or in the energetic field around the body. And Reiki can help clear those things completely out. That is, I would say, the area closest to the body, like within. So we're clearing within, we're clearing around, and then sometimes there are other things that come in for a person, such as loved ones past, or ancestors, or the angelic realm, or spirit guides, or some form of the person themselves that is ready to be released, and they come through with information, and it's just really beautiful. um, and I'm a little nervous, so I hope I explained well enough what Reiki is and can do. It's basically universal life force energy, and I'm just a conduit, and that is my work. I help people feel better. I help clear things out. And sometimes we have dimensional or otherworldly messages come through.
You sure do. And it's so interesting because I want to get into your magic, because you had gotten attuned at level 1 Reiki, and this was years ago that you and I were trading our magic, and, I was on her table, and I was like, "You have done this forever, and you are far beyond level 1 Reiki." I was like, this is a gift of yours," because I have done Reiki with some other practitioners, and, if and just so people know, you don't put your hands on the person. It's all energetic, and y'all, her hands. She's very tall. Her arm span is ginormous, so big, and she does have Arcturian, in my opinion, consciousness that comes through, along with other interdimensional consciousnesses. But what was it like? What was your introduction to Reiki that you were like, "What is this? This I like," or did you receive from some?
I did receive Reiki from a practitioner here in Asheville, and I would do things myself during the session, and the practitioner was doing things, and at the end we would share notes, and we discovered from multiple sessions that what I was doing impacted what she saw. And she said, "Niki, your body loves Reiki." And I was like, "I know,
I can feel it. I'm a
no.
believer.
And
Yay.
right. And and she said, well, she was such a beautiful support. And I'm grateful to this day for her. She's a practitioner here in Asheville, and her name is Rachel Durschlag, and many people know her and love her. And yeah, so she helped get me started and has helped support me the whole way through. And when I received training, not only did I know, like, from the core of my being that I was in the right place, doing the right thing, it also gave me Reiki is a window into all the other experiences I had had. I was like, oh, now I know I was communicating with my friend who just transitioned out. That happened multiple times. Or I would, all the clairs started making sense and coming in. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, audience sometimes. Claircognizance happens all the time. So yeah, it was a Reiki session that I received that was the catalyst. Like, okay, thank you for coming back to what I was so excited about and drawn to earlier in my life. I'm
I
grateful.
love that story. Thank you for sharing that with us. And it feels as if once you said yes outside of these actual sessions, it started activating other things and gifts in your consciousness that you weren't aware that you had. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yep.
I've also been gifted with snapshots of prior or frequencies that are me elsewhere than on Earth. I don't know how to say that. We've usually said past lives. I was shown a past life where I was, and now I'm with quantum field theories. I'm just not sure if those things are happening all at once and we can access them, or if they're, we're on a spiral kind of a thing where we're coming back to. And one of the visions that I've had doing my work was I was a healer in Egypt on a pyramid, and I reached into the wall of the pyramid and brought out a glowing healing orb and put it into the chest of the person I was working with at that time. And it was a beautiful, beautiful vision, and sort of really validated what I believed in my core. It was like a visual validation for the things that I'd been feeling inside. Like this is my work. This is what I do.
And who you are to bring your gifts to the world. And someone has asked, Heidi's asked if you do online Reiki, and well, online is different than distance. Is that accurate?
Yes. So there are, yeah, the answer is yes, Heidi. Yes, I do distance Reiki all over this country. I've done folks overseas in a couple of different countries, and I love it. I don't have to have met you in person to do it. I need only a photograph and your location. So yes, many practitioners do what they call online healing, and they will have a camera on them throughout the session. And though I do run distance sessions with people as if they're in the room with me, I don't turn the camera on because it is my desire for the person receiving to not be distracted by what I'm doing, because my hands are going to be all over the place. They might be up in the air. They might be, I might be doing this sort of thing to release or remove or unravel something for a person. And I don't want that to distract somebody from their healing and their relaxation. And that's just a personal choice. I have entertained the idea of having a camera on me because people are, when people are on the table, they've got their eyes closed and they don't know what you're doing unless they're like, peek, peek. And I did have a woman feel something one time. This is several occasions, but this one particular client felt something come off her shoulder when I was working with her. And she opened her eyes to see what I was doing, and I was taking something away, like literally. So she saw that I was doing that. And then she closed her eyes again because, she wanted to remain in the flow, in the receiving. Yeah, that's my answer.
Fantastic. Bonjour, Lena. How's your summer? She's a dear client of mine up in Canada, coming into her healing gifts.
Mm.
Thank you for sharing that powerful story of, the orbs and things. And, you and I have compared. It's funny when you and I do a session together, usually we are talking up a storm. If I'm asleep, it's a rare occasion.
It's happened twice, I think.
Twice over the years, and that's about it. And I'm so grateful. But the visuals, it's I find it fascinating because, and I love the fact that you don't want people to get stuck on the mm, or limited to the visuals, so that
Correct.
inner visuals, because you're very visual and it's visceral for you for what you're seeing, because your eyes are closed a lot of the time as well. Is that right?
Yes.
I don't know,
Yes.
because my eyes are usually closed.
Yes, they are, except when I'm moving hand positions and moving around the body. And to be clear, Reiki can be done off the body from a distance or on the body as well. And a lot of people do enjoy that physical touch. And it's really like an energetic hug, and helps reset a person. Just like, it's just, we humans need touch every once in a while. Most
Yeah, it helps the
people.
parasympathetic nervous system. And, I have to correct myself, because you do actually put your hands under the head. Sometimes you'll touch the ears or shoulders. And it's very gentle. She is a very gentle, tall person. I was going to say gentle giant.
That's okay.
Very gentle giant. You're just gentle giant. Gentle giant. Yes. Yeah.
I feel when I'm doing Reiki, I feel enormous, and I'm tall anyway. I'm tall. I'm 5'10", but that's wet hair, no heels. I put some shoes on, and I have the curl dry, and then I'm 6 foot. So yes,
I
I'm
love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. And yeah, y'all, she's a force when she's in heels. And I mean, I don't even know if I have any heels anymore, hilariously enough. Um, okay, so if people were, because I know things have shifted so much in the Asheville area, from the hurricane, from what we've experienced, and a lot of people have had to, shift how they operate their businesses. But if people want to experience you in person, what would be the way that they could do that?
I have bookings online at my website. You can reach out to me directly as well. I have 2 office spaces I'm working out of right now in Asheville and one in Tryon as well, where I live. So yes, and I also go on location. Sometimes someone has had an injury and it is difficult for them or painful for them to move about. I did a session for a beautiful soul in Brevard who had fallen and broken her shoulder, and so I went to her house and we just did the healing right there. So I have done Reiki in the woods with a client who wanted more nature in his session, and it was just a really fun experience. So yeah, I also travel and do on location Reiki as well as in office in person.
Fantastic. And distance. So if you're in Canada, oh, she doesn't need to come to Colorado, Heidi. You can do a distance session with her.
I
My
would love to do a distance session.
Yeah, my mom has experienced her distance session, and it's actually helped. This was my mom's testimonial in the chat. My personal testimony is how Niki helped me with after knee surgery and long distance to boot healing. She is gifted, and it did help my mom a lot. Thanks, Mom.
Thank you, Carol.
You can go to iamlovejoy.com and book a distance session with Niki. She is so gifted. And I have a question. Is Reiki only for human beings?
Thank you, sister. No, it is not. I have done several space and home clearings, energetic clearings for homes and land. I have done several pets. I have done birds, cats, dogs, and a couple of horses. And it is so fascinating. The energetics in the pictures are, of course, whenever you're working energy with any being, it's tailored to that moment in time for that person. The same is true for animals. The same is true for animals. I get pictures from them showing me certain information, and the results, animals can't fib or fluff an answer. They are just changed in behavior, or they're not. And the animals have been changed in behavior or given information for me to impart to the owner, which is really phenomenal. Um, an example of this is I worked for a client's pet parrot. There are 2 of them, and actually they've become regular clients, which is so sweet. It's so sweet, and every time is different. And the first time they were both drinking too much water, and there was something wrong, and they have a very delicate balance, apparently. And the owner said, "Can you ask them what's wrong, or is there anything that we need to address?" And so I did. And one of the parrots sent me a picture of, it was like an orb it was water, but it was ether, and the information came through humidity, and that the humidity was a factor in their room. And so I asked the clients, the owner, so has their living environment changed, this humidity factor? And sure enough, their humidifier had broken, and it had taken several days for them to get a new one. And that was affecting the parrots.
Yeah, they're like, we're
Right.
dehydrated. We're
So,
dehydrated.
but it changes. You drink more liquid, it changes the excrement, and then it's like, oh my gosh. And apparently parrots have a delicate system. So out of the wild. Another instance was there was a friend's cat who had a terrible little life until she was adopted, and she was just so full of fear, and I was able to work with her, and I turned up her inner happy cat. It was what came in for me with visuals and and her owner, who is a friend of mine, said, Niki, she's like a new cat. So
Like
she's
what?
a new cat. She's like a new cat.
Oh, got it.
And she would go up to their friends when she wouldn't before, after that session. So it's just really sweet working with animals too.
And in this ascension, I mean, because Lovey, my cat, you have helped me with Lovey many times. Best cat in the universe, in my opinion. I'm very biased and totally deserving of it. And what I've been hearing, the animals are like waiting for us in this ascension process. So when you're working with them and humans, would you agree with that statement that like animals just understand energetically a bit more than humans because X, Y, and Z, or does it all depend on life experience and situation?
I think it depends. I hear what you're saying as far as animals don't have all of the stuff that we have that can get into our energy fields or cause a thought pattern that doesn't serve us, or and so they're more pure love beings, given that they're cared for and they have what they need.
Right.
They are beautiful love beings, and yes, they are less complicated. There's a whole field of animal communicators, and that tends to come in with my Reiki when I'm talking. When I'm asking or talking with them, they'll also send me visuals, and it's always humbling. It's always so humbling. And I do think that depending on where a person is in their life journey and what's happening for them, they can be either clear or, there needs to be more cleared out for them for an energetic reset. So I think it depends. And as far as humans being telepathic, yes, I do believe as well that is coming, and that we will be able to more.
Coming, it's here. You and I are telepathic all the time. What are you saying? It's here. It's happening.
It is here. And for a larger number of people. True.
Yeah.
True. It is here. And I think will be appreciated and experienced by a larger number of people in the next few years. Here we are working in this sector of, and this is the little puppy I am looking after.
Oh, does she want to come on and say hi?
She's a mess. This is
oh my gosh, look at her little, it's Luna, right?
Luna. Yes.
Little Luna. Oh, and it's a new moon on this Luna. I love it.
She loves to sit behind me. Sorry about that.
Oh no,
when I'm working, I've done distance Reiki, and she'll be right here with me. She loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how lovey you'll get with if I'm doing an astrology reading or sound healing. And sometimes clients will come in and he's like, "Are you ready for this?" It's just like, "Okay, all right, lovey, we all
Yeah.
know you're here. Thank
Oh
you.
man,
Thank
he's such
you."
a lion.
Um, someone is asking, Elaine has gone to your site and she's wondering what your pricing is because I do believe you have um, like packages
I
and
do.
discounts
I
and things
do.
of that nature.
So, so Elena, I'll be happy to share that information with you. You can drop me a line or a text, actually. And can we put my number in the chat? Would that be okay?
I can. What is it?
It's 828
828
557 4629.
4629, and she is in Canada, but I think haven't we evolved? I wonder if I should type that differently. So if people want to contact you directly,
Mm-hmm.
um, they can. And
Uh,
she's just delightful to talk to. And this is where um, your Reiki is such a gift. You can do it distantly. It does help people feel so much more relaxed. Excellent. Elaine says she will do. You will love her. She's great. She's
Merci beaucoup, Elena.
yeah. Oh, and Elena, she speaks French. Elaine speaks French, so y'all can practice your French. Um,
Lovely.
Yeah, and, ne parlez-vous français? I think I'm gonna have to start learning because 'cause I'm getting guided that way, which is humbling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, because I know you and what you are truly up to. You had an experience that has you've got 2. They're like, "Nope, talk about both of them." I'm like, "Okay, okay, we're talking about your new magic that can help people." Are you laughing at my French? It's all good. Um, you had a self-healing experience, and can you tell us the story of your self-healing? Because it has inspired a book that's going to be released soon?
Yes, yes. So I am writing a book about this experience. The book is called Move the Mountain. It is sharing the healing equation that I used to heal myself from sudden onset rheumatoid arthritis. And oh gosh, I just get truth bumps when I am talking about these powerful, powerful things, and when I speak spiritual truth. Um, so I was going through a really tough divorce. I was really wrecked by it. I'm super, super sensitive, and it really caught me by surprise. There were issues, but I always believed in working things out and sticking it through. And so I was really, really affected deeply by this shift in my life. And at the same time, while I was in the middle of that divorce process, my ex-husband and I both lost both of our fathers unexpectedly within a
Oh,
year,
wow.
and my grandmother. And so it was like, I call these the dark years. This is like the, you know, what do they call it? The journey, soul's journey, or the dark night of the soul's journey.
Well,
This
right.
is what I feel this moment was for me. And because I was in such a hard place for so long, all I was doing was trying to take care of my son, who was 8 years old at the time. I was just trying to be a mom and just get through every day. And in the meantime, I had these, I was really depressed. I was in a dark place mentally and really sad. And I have always had a healthy respect for this vessel. Even when I was in grade school and high school, I had a really healthy respect for this vessel, and I
For our
made
bodies.
it for a body, for my body, as the vehicle
As
that we're
the saying
driving through life with.
it's a vessel, ladies. We are the vessel. Yeah.
Yes.
Just in case, there's some newbies watching that are not used to this, because everyone is going to need so much support, especially come fall. And if people feel like they can't get anywhere, they can still find you and get that distance assistance.
Mhm.
Ooh, distance assistance.
I like that.
Assistance.
Nice.
You can take that. So you're
Thank you.
experiencing this dark night of the soul in a traumatic life change,
Right.
losing parents, both you and your
Right.
ex, and wow.
Right. And so I was at the time I was learning other pioneers in the field. I was learning the works of other pioneers in the field. We were talking Greg Braden, Carolyn Mace, Bruce Lipton, Louise Hayes, and Robert Tennyson Stevens, who was teaching conscious languaging.
Mm.
And I was doing my best to learn and just I was absorbing. I was like a sponge. I was absorbing all of this information. I was so drawn to it all. And during this really difficult time, over the course of 2 days, every joint in my body, every single joint swelled up, and I was in incredible, horrific pain. I mean, neck, elbows, shoulders, toe bones, knees, hips, everything, all the spine. I was swollen, and I went to my doctor, who was a friend of mine, and he sat down on the exam table next to me. Usually doctors sit in a chair and they're facing you, and they're like, "Okay, well, we've got this." He sat down next to me, and he's like, "I'm so sorry." He said, I really think this is early onset RA, rheumatoid arthritis. And my
And
whole, yes, and I was 38. I was 38 years old. And my whole being said, no, my body, this vessel is tired, and it is telling me that something is out of balance. And so I said no to him. He said, well, let's do some tests. I said, you can do a blood test in the office. That's it. I went home.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but
That's
I love that you said, no, that's not what I want you to do, because you're empowered. So many people give their power to doctors, and it's like, no, the doctor is there to serve you, not the other way around. I love that you did that. Thank you for sharing that reflection and memory,
so,
because that's how it's supposed to be. So thank you for sharing that, because your intuition was telling you, like, I don't need
yes.
that. I don't want this. It's something else. It's something emotional. I don't need a pill. I don't need that, and that and thank you for sharing that. I just want to, good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, I did absolutely feel that it was my body telling me something, and that something needed to change. And I went home to my small trove of books that I had just been studying and learning, and I went to Carolyn Mace's book, Anatomy of the Spirit.
Oh, that's a good one.
Uh-huh. And she was the catalyst. When I read what was associated with rheumatoid arthritis in her book, I bust out crying. I resonated so deeply, like I had been deeply experiencing these emotions for a year, you know. Um, and I made an equation. I thought, oh my gosh, well, if all of that created this, then I can create the antidote by all these things that I decided to do for myself. And I gave myself a time frame. And it was so simple. Like all of those people's works came through in that one moment. Like Greg Braden talks about, the scriptures and he talks about this. Everybody talks about this. And it's like, you know, when you, and Joe Dispenza, huge, huge. When you combine thought and emotion, thought and feeling, uh, you can move mountains. And that's why the book is called Move the Mountain. So, you know, it is a pathway, you know, it's a practical pathway instead of the idea of, well, I have this emotion and I have this, you know, sometimes we need a training in order to learn how to do this. And I just feel I have known since that happened and since I healed myself, I have known that I would share this, and now's the time. So yes, I am writing the book.
Oh, so it's the book, and you actually have like a consultation to teach people these 5 things, and
Mhm.
it's like a one-time consultation?
It is. I don't know if it'll take one time. I share the equation, and add I work as a guide to help them figure out what their elements are to their healing, because with everyone it's going to be different. It's going
Right,
to be different things that need shifting in your life. It's going to be different issues, emotional issues you're dealing with. It's going to be different thought patterns that people have. And it all happens through a shift in perspective of our life and how we operate. How we operate this human technology.
fantastic. So are you so it's just it is the equation. You've come up with an equation that people can contact you for a consult, and you teach them how to utilize this equation with whatever variables are necessary for their aligned equal sign. The answer to their equation. Is that
Exactly.
right? Is that
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yes. The answer to the equation is I am well, I am healed.
Balance.
Balance. And actually what all of this is doing is shifting perspective, thoughts, and frequency. It's shifting frequency.
That's amazing. And we can sign up with that in just contacting you saying, "I wish to experience the equation and book a consult."
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I also have a way to book it online on my website. On the booking page, it's listed as an option, product or service. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
Um, in your do you still receive Reiki from other people
I do.
for to keep you
I
in?
do. I do. I feel all of us, especially, you know, energetic practitioners, are, it's like tune-ups, you know, for us. And we work on ourselves, of course. And sometimes it's really nice just to get, you know, to share energy work with someone else. Breath work and light body activations have been some of my exciting recent excursions into a self-healing, you know, session. So it's beautiful. I mean, cosmic, completely cosmic, and I love it.
What has been the most miraculous thing that's just blown your mind that you've witnessed on the table with one of your clients?
Oh, with one of my clients, oh my gosh, there's okay.
Oh, I knew this one
Two of
was coming up.
those.
She's an Aquarius, by the way, y'all. Aquarius,
Yeah,
Leo rising.
there are a few of those. I would say one of the ones that has remained in my mind is that um, so for people who aren't used to hearing about this, um, I'm just going to say there are other. I definitely believe there are other peoples in different areas of the universe. We cannot be the only living thing out there. You know, if you think about it logically. Um, living beings. So there are different peoples from elsewhere. Different. They are humanoid. Sometimes they are not. That
Oh
come
my
in.
God, I'm like, that's right. I turned into a mantis on your table one time. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, you're right. That's right. It's so true. It's so true.
So one of those other being peoples from somewhere else came in for a client on the table, and she came. She was an amazing being. She had an elongated head and massive. I mean, I have big hands and long fingers, but they were like double mine, and she was tapping a digital like plasma display that had different um, she was making adjustments for the person on the table. So that's probably, and there's the
You're like, yep.
yeah,
There.
yeah. She also came with a name. And her name was the Ancient One.
Wow.
So that was just a magnificent addition to the session for that person. And I would like to make clear that I don't, I intend always for the best healing for people that I'm working with and for the moment that we're in. I cannot guarantee that otherworldly beings are going to come in.
Right. Right.
I make
Listen, I
no,
can't say you're an interdimensional being and that you have a lifetime in a parallel universe or planet or anything right now. However, and this was the woman, it was an actual aspect of her soul.
mm, mm.
Amazing. Amazing.
It's truly fascinating and humbling. And it's interesting too because I have this story that I tell people every once in a while when you need a good like party story or whatever. Like,
Is
um,
this your Reiki party story? I want to
yeah.
hear it.
Well,
Yeah.
when I was like 5, I was always a good sleeper. Thanks, Dad. Thank you, Dad. I was always a good sleeper. Like I can fall asleep in 10 seconds. Still to this day, 10 seconds and I'm out.
Amazing.
It's a blessing. And I would always sleep through the night. But one night I was just awakened, like just awake. And I saw a being next to my bed. But as a 4 or 5 year old, I don't even know the age, as a young child, I thought, oh, it's an angel. Oh, maybe it's the tooth fairy. And so I tell this story about when I was 5 and saw the tooth fairy, at night. But she was a presence, and that experience was so powerful that I still can see that visual and see her. And it was a her. She came with information, and she was small so that she wouldn't be intimidating. And still, because I didn't have any kind of understanding of what that was, I became afraid and I wasn't able to connect and communicate with her. And so in my lifetime, I have been blessed by visuals that are behind behind my eyes, rather than seeing the invisibles out in the world around us. So, and I don't know if that'll ever change, but I would like to think that it could. I think that it probably will, actually. But anyway, so of course, as a 5-year-old, I ran into Mom and Dad's room like, Mom, Dad, the tooth fairy's in my room in the middle of the night. You know how that goes over.
Right. Yeah. How cute. Oh my gosh. And you
Yeah.
were probably taller than I am now. Like at 5.
So
Um,
yeah, so those experiences started early for me, but
yeah.
weren't always there. Weren't always there.
Yeah. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So no guarantees that you're existing in another universe, but you definitely probably are experiencing parallel lives. And someone's like, fall, what's going on in the fall? Nothing to fear. We're all doing our work. But Neptune and Saturn retrograde go back into Pisces September 1st, everyone. So, and Uranus is going to go back into Taurus. We're still like, we're going back for one final exam of our spiritual tests and consciousness. Like, are you sure you got the lesson? Did you clear all your karma? Did you do what do you witness that in Reiki, that you're helping people clear their karma actually?
I see or experience shifts that, yes, today, in today's understanding and language, I feel is that where they are clearing something. You can call it karma, you can call it a distortion, but they are coming back into resonance or releasing something massive for themselves. I had one friend of mine on the table actually, and at the very end of his session, one part of himself just came face to face with me, like flew up from his body and was face to face with me. And that's the only time that happened, where another being came so close, but it was meant to be that visceral because it was so powerful, such a release that he had, and the information that came with that visual was so impactful for him, and it was a validation for him and all the hard work that he was doing to clear his karma, clear his challenges, and those issues that keep coming up for us in our lifetime, that if we don't take care of it one time, in another year or so it might knock on our door again and say, hey, we need attention on this matter or issue and stuff like that. Yeah, so yes.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's we're this is like, I'm so excited for spring next year. I just can't wait. I'm so excited. There's so many fun things. And I'm excited for this Leo season. It's a new moon. Oh my gosh, Nikki. Would you please, are you open to gifting us with a sample of your distant Reiki?
Sure. Yes, I will do that. And what's our time? We have 8 minutes. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that enough? I mean,
yes, that's enough. So, so what I would also like to say before I do this is, for those who are experiencing darkness or witnessing darkness or getting pulled into tensions right now, to have courage and heart, take heart, because it is only to call in that much more light.
That's right.
Only to call in more light. So we are here for excellent reasons, all of us, every single one of us, holding the frequency and helping usher in new energies and new opportunities for humanity. So yes, everyone, we are wisdom keepers and frequency walkers, and we're doing good. Hang in there.
Yep. I'm like, we're doing great, humanity.
Yes, I mean,
it's happening.
It might not look like it.
Yep.
It might not look like it. And
oh yeah,
we're doing okay. Okay, so for everyone in the field, for everyone who is here with us right now on YouTube and Instagram or wherever, Facebook, I'd like everyone to take a big deep breath in and exhale slowly. And for all of those who are with us now in the energetic field and frequency, and for all of those who will be watching this beautiful episode, welcome. You are loved and seen. And we empower you, beautiful soul and spirit, on your journey. And we are in support of the whole of humanity and everyone's place in it. And we would like you to receive and to feel a beautiful lightening in your mind, in your heart, in your body. And I don't normally talk through my sessions, but I am explaining what I am doing and what I am gifting out. And it goes out as frequency, it goes out as grounding presence and compassion and love. We'd like everybody to receive indications for the highest next step in their lives on their journey. I am here to help empower everybody's highest good and highest healing. I do thank our ancestors, our star families, the angelic and archangelic realm, for this beautiful gift and communication and frequency exchange to all of you. I thank Reiki, and so it is. It's a very small offering.
And so it is.
Radiating outward. Radiating is the word out.
Thank you. I feel more relaxed. I feel like I could take a nap. I could. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to type. So if people want to find you, they go to iamlovejoy.com. And there's several ways to contact you. Do you do a monthly newsletter informing people of things?
I have been doing a quarterly newsletter and kind of with updates and what's happening, and also some supportive information or messaging. And I am at the point of stepping up to more frequent communications newsletters. And I've almost got a new website, which I'm very excited about. It's close. And also working on the book to share. I definitely, even if it helps just one person in the world, it is being called to share. I have always known that I needed to do that. So yes, people can find me on my website. I am coming back to using social media. I had a bit of a break, and I really love being present everywhere I am. And the social media doesn't resonate so much, but I do appreciate it, like within me. I like being in the world. But I do appreciate it as a connective and communication tool. So I do have an Instagram account. I do have a Facebook account, Lovejoy Reiki. You can find me there as well. You can message me there on Facebook.
Oops.
So, hello, KR. Where are you?
I don't know what I did. I was like, I went to type in the chat and I was like, wow, I've never done that before. Mercury retrograde.
Yeah.
So they can find you on the socials at Lovejoy Reiki.
On Facebook. And Instagram, I think it's just me. Niki
Kordus.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, dear friend. Do stay in the green room after we end the stream so we can share. And everyone, I pray that you are celebrating your hearts and loving yourselves more than you've ever loved yourself before, and continue more and more in the evolutionary times of now. We're doing great, humanity, and I love you all for taking time to say hi. Oh, there's Aaron Malloy chopping it. We're about to end the stream, Aaron.
Hey, Erin.
So thank you so much, everyone. You can go back and receive that beautiful activation and loving gift of Reiki that Nikki gifted us. And until tomorrow, pop-up tarot, 12:30 Eastern. Bring yourselves. I'll be pulling for all 12 signs and have the live chat up to take your questions for the second part of the stream. And I've got platonic sound available for 444. And that is available on my website as well. And Nikki, I love you. Thank you so very much.
Love
Happy
you
New
too.
Moon,
Thank
sister.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
We love you.